Hello, Fee Jamieson-Folland beaming in from a slightly blustery, the wind has gotten up a little bit, afternoon at the time of filming here in the very beautiful North Shore in Auckland, actually in a place called Okura. So you might be able to hear the the cheeky ducks who have a marvellous sense of humour in the background. And if you see me covering the microphone, it's because we've got a little bit of that breeze coming through. And the visor is because it is very, very bright, and I'd rather not put my sunnies on if I can avoid it, and they're on standby if we need to. So today, or this week, we are all about reclaiming, getting back in the driving seat of our own health, our own healthy lifestyle, our own vitality, sense of well-being, whatever it may be for us. And we have our specific area that we know that we deserve better results in. And for me, just to share my story today, is for some of you already know that I was diagnosed way back in 1989. Goodness me, all that time ago, back in the last millennium, that I had 3 years to live unless I took medication every day for the rest of my life. And that was just after my dad, who seemed very healthy and fit from the outside, had suddenly died of a massive heart attack at the tender age of 50. And that's pretty sobering, given that I have turned 50 not that long ago at the time of filming. And so, yeah, it was such a shock for everyone, especially for me, because I had that diagnosis after myself and my sisters were tested after his death to just check out our own health. My sisters were fine, although we discovered that I'd inherited similar health challenges to Dad, one of which was very, very high cholesterol. And since that time, many moons on since then, we know it's actually more related to the types of, it's more actually related to how damaged that cholesterol is in our body. And so at the time, though, it was seen to be the killer. And so it was a very scary time. And I was very fortunate to come across a mentor. And that's one thing that I've noticed and has been a key influencer in terms of the way that I work with clients now, is that it's all very well, we can know what to do, and it's about having somebody who's going to be consistently there with us, taking those steps, or with us as we take those steps, so that we can be consistent and follow through. There's no lack of information out there. It's just adding it together and figuring out what's best for us, because there's a concept of bio-individuality that we all know about in varying ways, in terms of that we're all very different. Yes, our cells have the similar, very, very similar needs, although when it comes down to what makes each of us tick as individuals, it's a different thing. So I was able to really work with my mentor. We looked at natural alternatives to medication, so more nature's own, more high value nutritionals. We looked at adjusting my food intake, my macronutrition, my food choices. We explored all sorts of areas like gluten-free, dairy-free, grain-free, looking at more raw options, fresher options. We reviewed my exercise program, my general well-being, stress. In fact, just recently on my course, on my integrative nutrition course, we've been learning more about effective, just kind of add to what I've picked up so far for myself, but also I believe one of my values is I'm a lifelong learner. So being able to learn more techniques to not only help myself, but be able to help clients has been huge. So, and over that time, noticing that despite having been told it wasn't possible, cholesterol coming down, I've never taken those meds. Don't get me wrong, medicine saves lives. When it comes to chronic degenerative disease, we need more solutions for long-term changes. Or at least maintenance, but certainly changes. And so my cholesterol's come down. I have more energy than I had when I was back when I was 21. My exercise, I thoroughly enjoy it now. It's not something that I have to do. That's a bit of a sentence. And have found that things like my digestion, I used to get chronic sinus congestion, have all improved alongside those cardiovascular goals that I started out with. So if you're in a place where you're thinking, look, I know I need to do something, I'm not quite sure what, then do message me, because there are always solutions. It's just clarifying what they may be for us. So, tuning in and now tuning out, saying bye from this beautiful neck of the woods. And yeah, if you found this useful, please do share, because there may be people you know of who you care about, and you know that they need to be making some changes. It's just what, and working with somebody that they can trust, who they can trust. So I look forward to seeing you on this week's Alive with Fee. From hearing from you in the meantime always makes my day. In the meantime, keep sharing your sunshine. Ciao for now.